You know why it's hard for a chosen one to be in a relationship or find the right partner? It's because a lot of people don't equate to you. A lot of people are not equally yoked. A lot of people don't believe in reciprocation. You know, a lot of people not willing to pour into you like you're willing to pour into somebody else. Like if I had to have a general poll or a general consensus between all the chosen ones, you know, if they feel like they are relationship material, they can handle a relationship, or they know the basic dynamics of a relationship and how to keep it, you know, upright. I'm pretty sure 95, 98% of chosen ones can say, yes, we can do that. That's no problem. Because we do that with all type of people that we already in a relationship with. So let me go ahead and separate this between romantic relationships and just regular relationships, okay? So we already do this in regular relationships, whether it be at work, you know, at the job with the people at the job or the actual work. We do this with friends. We do this with families. We already pour into people, even random strangers. We pour into them, and we don't look for any beneficial or anything back in return. This is just what we do. So you have that, and then let's go over to romantic relationships. And the reason why it's hard is because when you're dealing with this, now you're dealing with emotions. You're dealing with vulnerability. And again, it's not hard for us to be emotional or vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable, anything of that sort. That's not hard for us. You know, that's pretty easy, especially if we've overcome or did the shadow work and, you know, we've healed and things of that sort. And we come into who we really are as highly energetic beings. That's not hard. But it's hard for a lot of people who's not tapped into who they are. It's hard for a lot of people who haven't done the shadow work, who haven't healed themselves from their past traumas. You see, we see that as a stepping stone to get stronger, to become more in depth with who we are. We look forward to these type of things. You know, we have a roadblock. We quick to sit down and do the shadow work and figure out why this came and this and this and this. But a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't want to go look deeper inside to figure out what, you know, is turning them or why they act and behave like they do or the things that's bugging them. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to uncover these things. And this is why it's hard for chosen ones to be in relationships, because a lot of times you are a mirror to people. You spark up certain traumas and certain things in people that they didn't want stirred up. That's why they shoot for these, you know, surface level relationships and convenient relationships, not with depth. You know, as a chosen one, you know that you have the ability to have an emotionally depth relationship. And certain people are just not ready for that. Like I said, they haven't done the work to uncover the things that's hurt them, the things that make them tick. They haven't done that work. And they don't want to do the work. Point blank period. A lot of people just do not want to do the work. They just don't want to. A lot of people are scared of that darkness. But I said a lot of chosen ones, we run towards it. Because we understand once we run towards that darkness and we go through the darkness and we go through that wilderness, guess what? It's light on the other side. A lot of people are not ready for that. And we can't fault them. We just know that they will not be able to live a fulfilled life, but we can't fault them. And I know it hurts sometimes. You got emotionally close to somebody, or, you know, you see somebody who could be a potential partner and things of that sort, and you know you really want to help them. But that's the thing. We can't be in these relationships with people who are not ready to do the work, because we're going to see the ways that they can elevate. We're going to see the ways that they can improve on themselves. We're going to see the traumas and see the things that's hurting them. And we're going to want to help. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to pour too much into these people. It's like you got a gallon jug of water and they only got out their hands. You see that cup that you make with your hands? That cup that you make with your hands is all that they're able to hold emotionally. That's it. That's all that they're able to withstand is that little cup. And you got a whole gallon jug. And you can only pour into their hands for 2-3 seconds and now it's full. But guess what? As chosen ones, we keep pouring and pouring and pouring because that's who we are. That's how much we got. That's how much we got in us. So we pour, we pour, we pour, we pour, and they can't hold it. They can't hold it. Now it's overspilling, 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 and now it's a big mess. See, as chosen ones, if you have a gallon jug, you have to find somebody else who has a gallon jug. So what you pour into them, they're able to hold it all. And that's why I say it's hard for chosen ones to be in relationships to find people, because not a lot of people have that gallon jug. Not a lot of people have that capacity to hold all that you're able to pour and to pour it into you. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are not ready for that. It is what it is, sadly. But the strength in this is knowing that when you meet that person, you know that this is that right person, number one. And you'll know it by how you're able to open up, how you're able to pour, and then reciprocate back into you. You know that feeling because you'll never have it before. See, a lot of people you thought was the one. You thought they were the one. And a lot of times these people were supposed to be in your life, yeah. But a lot of times it was just a catalyst. You know, they were a catalyst in your life, you were a catalyst in their life. I feel like more so you learned lessons from that situation, but you know, you were a catalyst in their life and you just learned certain situations that can help you improve. You know, boundaries, time management, not pouring so much into people who can't hold it. You know, you start learning little lessons like that. But as far as a whole catalyst of the change of who you are or the direction of your life and trajectory of your life, I believe we're put as a catalyst in a lot of people's lives. So none of these relationships go to waste. We learn a lot from them. So when you start thinking that it was a waste, you don't allow your mind to find the good takeaways from these situations that can help you in the future. But what I'm saying is that it's very hard for chosen ones to find the proper relationship. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you mentally have that on your framework and now that, you know, doesn't allow you to find that perfect partner. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that once you don't focus on this and you just live your life, that person will come. If they're supposed to be there, that situation is going to come. But let me reel it on back to why it's hard for chosen ones to, you know, find their partner, be in a relationship. It's because you want to grow. A lot of people don't want to grow. You talk about growth mindsets. You talk about doing better in life. You talking about actually challenging yourself. You talking about reading self-help books. You talking about meditating. You know, you talking about spiritually being aware. You talk about holding yourself accountable. You talking about looking inward first. Psh, that's hard. Not a lot of people are on that type of timing. Not a lot of people are on that type of timing out here. And that's the sad truth. So while you want to grow, some people don't want to grow. You may want to do better in life. Where you are in life ain't good enough for you. You know you can achieve more. You know you can accomplish more. You know you want more. And certain people are just comfortable. And that's going to cause resentment on both ends. There's one person going to be like, you doing too much, and the other person going to be like, you ain't doing enough. And eventually you will separate. One person is willing to take accountability because they understand when you take accountability, you find out where you can grow and you can do better. Just because you take accountability don't mean it's your fault or you are the actual causing of something. I think that's what a lot of people get messed up about accountability. It don't mean that you actually did it. You just taking accountability for the situation. And hence, you're taking blame for the situation. And now you are in control and you can do better. Nobody wants to take accountability anymore. They want to say it's everybody else's fault. But as chosen ones, we don't mind taking accountability. I know me, I don't mind taking accountability. Because I understand when I take that on the chin, it allows me to do better. It allows me to pick better. It allows me to know more. It allows me to have more wisdom and knowledge. Things that can benefit me in future situations. A lot of people don't find the comfort in being uncomfortable. As chosen ones, you find the comfort in being uncomfortable because you understand that life is not always going to be comfortable. But you understand when you're going through those uncomfortable seasons, when you're going through that wilderness season, guess what? You coming out. You already know God is leading you. You already know the divine has his hand on you. So you're not even tripping. You understand that this is just a part of life. This is just a part of what's going on right now. This is just a part of your journey. This is just a part of your walk. So you might have an up season. Now you might have 2 down seasons after that. Other people get scared. People will run away. People will disown you. People will act like they never knew you. Your own partner act like they never knew you. Just because you might have a down season. But they don't understand that in these down seasons is what makes the relationship stronger, the bond stronger. Where you can be with somebody when they're not doing that good. Can you be with somebody when they hurt? When they've been afflicted? Not by you, but from outside sources or circumstances. A lot of people can't do that. Because a lot of people are in these situations for self. And when self is not being pleased, they flee. But not you. Because you don't get into these situations, number one, just for you. There's a lot of other reasons why you get in these situations. That's why you hold on. But not a lot of people out here. A lot of people are self-centered out here. Chosen ones are not. So while we give to people, it starts to build up their ego. But when we receive or when we building with people, we seeing it as teamwork. We're seeing it as bringing union together. But like I said, a lot of people out here are self-centered. So they believe you just doing this because you're so in love with them or you're so in awe of them. And that's when they get the big head. That's when the narcissistic tendencies start to creep and rise. That's when they feel like they're God's gift to earth. And that will ruin the relationship. Again, as chosen ones, it's hard. It's hard to be in relationships. It's hard to find that right person. Don't mean it's impossible. But I just say this, that as chosen ones, I understand that you want to find love. And we have so much love to give. And we know we'll be right and perfect in these situations. That's why we're out to seek it so much. And it's not on our mind, every day. But it's one question that we all have. Why is it hard for us to be in a relationship, find that right person, this, that. But sometimes it's all a part of the plan for you to gain more wisdom, for you to gain more knowledge, for you to be catalyst in people's lives. Sometimes that's what it's for you to solely focus on your purpose. And then divine will bring that right person in for you. Divine will bring that right situation in for you. Because when you do have that right situation, it would be in display of what love is. So I want to take this last moment and say this. As a chosen one, don't look for love to validate if you're a loving person, if you're a caring person. Don't let love validate who you are. Meaning, you being in a relationship validates that you're a lovable person or your love can heal. Don't let your ego, because this is all a part of the ego, don't let your ego put you in situations and predicaments to prove to yourself or prove to the world that you're a good person. You know deep down inside that you are capable of having a healthy relationship. You know deep down inside that you are capable of loving people and reciprocating and upholding, like I said, a healthy relationship. You know that. So don't seek validation from the world not necessarily from people, but don't seek situational validation. Again, situational meaning you are in a situation, you are in a relationship, and you are seeking the validation that you can do it, you have done it, you are capable of it. Don't seek that validation. Don't let your ego run you. You know you're capable of doing it. Focus on you, focus on your purpose, have fun. And I promise you, the universe will align for you and bring that person in. But you don't have to seek that validation anymore. You are enough. Again, remember, you are enough. Anyways, this is Rich. I greatly do appreciate y'all for listening. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.